Good morning for everyone. In the today's class, we are learning about basics JSP tags or elements. Yesterday, you learned the basic three tags under the JSP Java server page. Under the Java server page, you learned the three basic tags or elements: expression tag, declaration tag, scriptlet tag. By using these three tags, how you want to declare the variables, how you want to define the method, how you want to display the output on the browser. By using these three tags, yesterday you learned. In the today's class, you are learning about objects. Means these objects we are not creating under the JSP Java server page. Under the Java server page, we are having the implicit objects will be this. Implicit objects means internally the web container itself only it is creating the objects. We are not creating. At the time of your deploying your project or application under the web apps folder or under the web container, internally the web container it is creating. Web container or web server, implicitly it is creating the objects. They can ask for the 2 marks question for university theory exam. For if you are attending for Viva or internship also, these what under the server or under the web container, what are the implicit objects will be there. These implicit objects are we are not creating. Internally web container itself only it is creating the implicit objects. Actually nine implicit objects will be there. These 9 objects are created by the web container itself. We are not creating it, available under the JSP pages. Now what are the 9 implicit objects means? We are having as a out object, request object, response object, config object, application object, session object, page context object, page object, exception objects. These are the objects. These 9 objects web container or web server internally it is creating. If you want to see according to your servlets, under the servlets also we are having the object I said. For each and every servlet program, it is creating the servlet config object. The servlet config object is created by the web container. We are not creating. Under the JSP also, if you are designing the any JSP application, for the JSP application, your web container based on your application, based on your JSP application, web container it is creating the objects. Implicitly these 9 objects are creating. If you are comparing to the JSP and the servlets, if you are comparing to the JSP and the servlets, under the servlets, with the help of the servlet program, if you want to display the output on the browser, we are having print writer class will be there. This print writer class is a return type of the get writer method will be this. This get writer method is a return type for print writer class. This get writer method is available under the servlet response. Under the servlet response interface, we are having the get writer method will be there. With the help of the get writer method, we are displaying the output on the browser. Now if you want to display the output on the browser with the help of the JSP means we are having as a out object will be there. This out object is a implicit object. Now if you want to create the under the JSP, if you want to create the request and the response object, we are creating with the help of servlets. We are creating with the help of HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response we are creating. Coming to the JSP also, we are creating the request and the response object under the web container. Web container internally it is creating the object. Now coming to the config object means for the each and every servlet program it is creating the servlet config object for your web container. Now coming to the JSP, we are having the config object also will be there. Now if you are having the n number of servlet programs, for each and every servlet program, if you want to create single object under the servlet context, we can create. Now under the JSP also, if you want to create similar to the servlet context object, we can create the application object. Now coming to the session, HTTP session means HTTP session The session handling is enabled under the JSP. It is enabled. Under the servlets, we should enable the session. Now coming to, we are having the page object and the exception. Throwable is a class under the Java. Here we are having the exception will be there. Object is the under the JSP. These are the 9 objects available under the JSP. These are the 9 implicit objects available under the JSP. Out object, request, response, config object, application object, session object, page context and the page object and exception object. Now if you want to see the practical under the if you want to just, I am going for the 2 example for the practical for your implicit object. With the help of the implicit object, how it is working under your JSP application means, for if you want to write the any data to the browser or the buffer, JSP is providing the implicit object under the with the help of the named out object. Now this JSP is a writer object. JSP is a writer object. JSP is a writer object. With the help of this writer object, we are having the object. This object is creating the web container. Now, if you want to display under the servlet program, what we are doing? GetWriter. This GetWriter method, where it is available under the servlet response or HTTP servlet response. With the help of this response.getWriter, this getWriter method, it is return type is a printWriter class. For this printWriter class, we are creating the reference or object with the out. Now coming to the implicit object also, with the help of the implicit object, internally this out object we are not creating, web container itself only it is creating. Yesterday we saw the simple example by using the JSP application, how you want to display the current date and time. Now we are writing the simple application. Now we are opening the notepad. Under the notepad, now we are writing the simple application, HTML, closing your HTML. Then we are taking, according to your application, we are taking HTML. See here, just we written out or println, we are getting as a output according to your out object. Now what we written the body, under the body out or println today's. Maybe you took as a java.util.calendar. Means under the util package we are having as a calendar class will be there. Inside the calendar class we are having the method will be there, get instance. Get instance means the current time we are getting, date and time we are getting. Then see here, HTML body, closing your body. Yesterday we learned some basics tags we learned. This is similar to it is your triplet tag. This is not a expression tag or it is not a declaration tag. We are using, with the help of the triplet tag we are displaying. Now we are using this triplet tag. Under the triplet tag, if you want to define the triplet tag, opening the angular braces, percentile, then percentile, closing angular braces. Then we are writing this is a triplet tag. Under the triplet tag, we are using out.print method. Now we are printing. Now we are printing the content. How we are printing the content? If you want to print the content, we are giving as a text or comment or what are the message you want to give. Then we are taking as a package java.util.calendar. For your decoration purpose, see here, today's date and time. We are displaying the today's date and time. We are writing the content or the message. We are displaying today's date and time. Means we are giving in the format of the comments. It is string means it is taking in the format of comments. Then we are taking java.util.calendar. under the calendar we are having the get instance method will be there. Get instance method will be there. Then with the help of the get instance method, see here, get instance method we are getting with the help of the time also. Get instance calendar, then we are taking as a get time method. Get time. Now we are displaying the today's date and time. This we are written the simple application. We are saving the program. Control S. Now we are saving, where we are saving means under the web apps folder. Under the web apps folder we are saving the name as day.jsp. Means day.jsp. We are saving the file. Now we are saving under web apps folder JSP example. Under the web apps folder only we are saving directly. We are not creating any directory structure. Just we are saving. Now you save the file. Now if you want to start the server, go to C directory. Under C directory we are having the program files Apache, Tomcat 7. Now under the web apps our folder is JSP exam. Under that we save the file is day.jsp. It is a JSP file. Yesterday we saved the file as a file.jsp. We are getting the error. It is a text document. See here, when you are saving the file, we should save the file name as type all files. Now yesterday when you are running the file.jsp, the file extension is wrong. Based on your file it will read. Your web container can understand JSP files. Now we have saved the file day.jsp. Now we are starting the server. Now we are going back to bin. Under the bin now we are starting the server. Now manually we are starting the server. After starting the server, then see here. Now server is starting. Now server is started with 4,578 milliseconds. The server is started. Now if you want to run your application, HTTP now we should communicate with the help of the protocol. Now server is started. Now user if you want to communicate to the server, user is using the browser, any browser. Now I am using as a Firefox browser. With the help of the Firefox browser, now I am communicating to the server with the help of the protocol, HTTP protocol. Now localhost port number 1605. Now with the help of the localhost we are communicating JSP exam, then date.jsp file. Now already we deployed under the web apps folder. Now at the time of we are running the JSP file, now this JSP file, how it is translating means, first it is reading the source code of your JSP source code. Web container itself only it is reading. We are not compiling the JSP file. Web container, first it is translating to Java servlet source code. Means it is checking the each and every syntax of the tags, JSP tags. It is correct, then it is translating to the JSP file, then it is compiling to the JSP. After compiling to the JSP, then it is converting to the servlet program. After converting the servlet program, Java source code, then internally it is converting the dark class file. After converting the dark class file, then internally inside the web container we are having the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Your Java Virtual Machine can understand the dark class file. Then it is converting the format of object. Then when you are pressing, then we are getting here. We are displaying the today's date and time. Today's date and time is Thursday, February 11. Current time we are getting. Now the time is 11:45 p.m. Now this is the just we are using the how we are using the object, implicit object. This out object we are not creating, web container itself only it is creating. Similar way we are having as a request and the response objects will be there. Now if you want to work this request and the response object, now we are writing the simple application. Now we are writing the one simple, we learn the out object. Next we are going for request object. Under the request object, first I am designing the one HTML program, HTML, closing the root tag. Then we are using the form action. We are giving as welcome.jsp file. Now we are giving the request, means when you are clicking the button, when you are performing the event, the request it is going to the welcome.jsp file. Then input type equals to text, name equals to uname, then we are creating now we are creating the button. Input type equals to submit, then the value, the button name we are giving as go, then we are using the BR tag for the breaking purpose, then we are closing the form. Now we are closing the form application. Now actually I want to create the directory structure for this application. Now I am creating under E, already we are having CSS, under the CSS JSP. Now we are creating the folder, response, then under the response, now I am saving the file om.html. Now I am saving the file as om.html. Now again for your requesting purpose, we are creating the one more JSP file. Now we are taking as a string class, with the help of the initialization parameters, request object. Just now I said request object we are not creating, internally it is creating the web container. Request.get parameters, then we are taking as a uname, then with the help of the out object, now in this program we are using as a two objects, request object then out object. Request.get parameter, for initialization parameter we are having under the request object. It's under the servlet we are having, just now you learn under the objects, under the object request. If you want to see for the request we are having the HTTP servlet request will be there. Under the HTTP servlet request we are having the object is a request. With the help of the request object we are getting the parameters. The parameters we are getting from the om.html source code. Just we are using as a striplet tag. Under the striplet tag just we are writing the Java source code. Then Control S, then we are saving the file name welcome.jsp. welcome.jsp. We should save the here, very very important, save as type is all files. Now we are saving the file. Now without creating the directory structure, if you are deploying this folder under the web apps, if you are deploying under the web apps, see here, before going to that, now focus properly. Now I am opening the server command prompt. Under the server command prompt is open. Now just I created the folder as a response. Under the response folder, only the two files is there, own.html, welcome.jsp will be there. Now I'm copying. Now I'm going back to E. Under the E, CSS, JSP examples. Under the response, only own, here JSP file will be there, HTML file will be there. Now copy response, copy, then go back to your servlet program files, Apache, Tomcat, web apps. Under the web apps folder, now we are pasting. Now we are pasting under the here. Means when you are deploying, deployment descriptor means when you are deploying your project file under the server side, by default it is translating. I am not creating. See here, for your understanding purpose, again I am going back to cat work, Catalina, localhost. Under the localhost, response. Under the response means this the response is your folder. Now at the time of your running the application, when you are at the time of your running the application, web container itself only is translating the file, JSP file, into the servlet program, Java source code, then it is giving the output. Means internally it is creating the out object and the request object. Now if you want to see under the browser, now I am opening the browser main page. This is a browser main page. Under the browser main page, now if you want to see the server status, under the server status we are going to the application. Under the application, response is your folder. Response folder, it is true, the session time it is expiring up to 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes, more than 30 minutes. Now we are running the program, your folder name, response. Actually it is a request. I given the folder name, any name you can give, response.home.html, response home.html. Now actually here we are not given the any name. Now just I am giving as ISL college. I am giving as a ISL college. Go. Now welcome to ISL college means the request it is going from the home page, to the JSP page. Under the JSP page we written the welcome.jsp. When you are clicking the button, go button, we are getting as welcome ISL college. This is a request under the JSP. If you want to see inside the JSP how it is creating, if you are going to the response, org, Apache, JSP, under the JSP, welcome underscore JSP dot class file means it is, when it is translating means when the user is giving the request to the server, the server internally it is creating the implicit objects, the 9 objects it is creating. We are not creating the object. This is for the, just now you saw the for output for implicit object. For response, similar for the response also same will be there, response.send redirect. Response.send redirect. We can see the one more example for here. Now we are creating under the web apps only. Now Now I am writing the program for your response, opening the notepad. Under the notepad, same program, previous program I am copying. Where it is gone, om.html, om.html, same source code. Then now we are pasting. Now same we are giving. Coming for the response also we are giving the same. Here I am giving as your understanding purpose, welcome one. Welcome one. Now go or click. Your understanding purpose I am giving the button name as go or click. Here I am giving the label. Please enter your name. Please enter your name. Maybe just I'm little bit changes I'm doing here. Now I'm saving the file. Now under the again I'm creating the folder here. New folder. This is RS. Under the RS, home1.html. home1.html. Then similarly, just we are writing the welcome dot. Open the notepad. Open the notepad. Now we are writing the welcome1.jsp. Now what we are doing means here we are using the scriptlet. Under the scriptlet, response dot send redirect. Response dot send redirect means response dot send redirect we are sending to http www.islec.edu.in. I am sending to college website. https or http www.islu.in. Then closing your percentile. Then saving the control S. welcome1.jsp. Then we should save the file as all files saved. Just we are not using, just we are using only for response object. We have created, where we have created under the res folder. Now go back to E. Under the E, CSS, under the JSP, response. Copy this file. Under the response, we are having home1.html, welcome.jsp. Then go back to your server. Go back to C, program files, Apache, Tomcat, under the web apps. Under the web apps, now we are pasting. Paste it. Rest. Now see here, when you are opening the server, it is displaying your res. See here, under the web apps, res means deployment descriptor. When you are deploying or when you are pasting under the web app folder, it is reading your directory structure. After reading the directory structure, it is reading within the milliseconds, 93 milliseconds, nanoseconds it is reading. Now, if you want to see your server main page, under the server main page, query string, yes, already you learned the URL rewriting under the session tracking. See here, under the URL rewriting the query string, this is the response, welcome, uname equal to ISL college. Example for your URL rewriting. Then go to server status, server main page, server home page. Under the home page, now res. It is true. Now it is true. Then what we are doing means http localhost local host, port number 1605, port number, then your folder name is res, then home1.html, home1.html. Now please enter your name. My name is Ravi. I am giving as a Ravi Kumar. Click. Now see here. It is going to ISL page, ISL website. Means it is redirecting to the ISL page. Under the ISL page, name, mobile number. Means internally, if you know the basics, we can design the n number of applications without knowing the basics. See here, means blindly we are given the domain under your program. It is opening your college website. Now we are closing. Means similar way, in this way, for your, if you want to see your under res, under the res, for response, welcome one dot work, Catalina, localhost, res, org folder, Apache, JSP, welcome. We are not creating this one. When you are giving the request, means web container itself only it is translating. See here, one line source code, it is writing around 500 line source code. Means so many examples, just we are understanding purpose, I took only for 3 or 4 examples. Then we are having the config. Similar way in the config also we are having the servlet config object will be there. Here also we are writing the servlet config object in the JSP. Just we are written the similar way. Just we are writing the configuration file. Under the configuration file, init parameters. And inside your servlet element, inside your root element of the web apps, under the root element of the web app, sub element will be the servlet. Inside the servlet element, we are writing the init parameters for configuration purpose. Now coming to the implicit objects, request object you learn, coming to the application. It is similar to your servlet context. Each and every servlet program, if you are having the 10 servlet programs, it is creating the one unique object is a servlet context. Coming to the JSP, it is creating as a application object. For all JSPs, it is creating only for unique object, it is creating application object. With the help of the context parameter, under the context parameter, param name and param value will be there. Now, here one more important topic in the today's class we are learning for LAQs, we are learning as a directives. JSP directives is very important for your today's class. Implicit objects were very important. Coming to the JSP directive tags, JSP directive tags will come under the basic JSP tags. JSP directive tags, this tells about the web container, how to translate your web page into the corresponding servlet program. The major scenario under the JSP directive, under the JSP directive tag, how you want to translate the JSP page into the servlet program. If you want to translate the JSP page into the servlet program, compulsory we needed the JSP directives. Without the JSP directives, we cannot translate. Under the JSP directives, it is categorized 3 types. Page directive, include, taglib directive. If you want to define the page directive tag, for the page directive tag, we are having the syntax. Now we are opening the notepad. Now, under the notepad, if you want to write means percentile at the rate. Percentile at the rate is a syntax for your page directive. Striplet means how we are writing the striplet. For the striplet, this is the way. In the striplet tag, when you are using the at the rate, then it will come as a JSP directive tag, page directive tag. Under the page directive tag, we are having the attribute. So many attribute will be there. For the attribute value will be there. at the rate directory, at the rate directory. The directory name may be the page directory or we import, so many will be there. We are learning the under the page directory what are the attribute name. Attribute name. Now see here, under the directory page directory tag, under the page directory tag, so many page directories will be there. If you want to see page, we should use page at the rate page, then attribute name, then the value. So many attributes will be there. What are the attributes available under the page directory tag? Now if you want to see, it is a syntax. We should not give the compulsory, we should not give the spaces between the percentile and the at the rate. If you are giving, it will not work. Percentile at the rate, then the space will be there, is the page directory tag. At the rate page, then we can consider as it is a page directory. Now if you want to go for under the page directory, what are the attribute will be there? We are having the import attribute, content type. Import attribute means if you want to import the Java source code. Content type, here the content type is MIME, multi-purpose internet mail extension. The content type may be the text format or audio or video or image type. The content type, here the MIME format we are using. Extends, info, buffer, language. The language may be the which type of the language we are using. The language is the attribute. Is ELI, is EL ignored, is thread safe or unsafe, auto flash, session, page encoding, error page, is error page. These are the attributes available under the page directory. For the 2 marks, it is a very important. Under the page directory, can you list out the some of the attribute names? Import, content type, extends, info, buffer, language, is thread safe, session, autoflash, page encoding, error page, is error page. These are the attributes available. Now if you want to see the example, the simple example for your page directory, if you want to see the simple example for the page directory, now I want to display the output, current date and time. Now see here, I am writing the simple program. Now for the page directory I am writing the example HTML, closing your HTML, then body, closing your body tag, then I am using as a, with the help of the, now I am using the Java source code under your JSP, percentile at the rate page, then page is a directory, import is a attribute. Now we are importing java.util date class. The date class we are importing. Now today's date is we are using what we are using. This is expression, not declarative. Declarative we are using explanatory mark. Here expression assignment operator will be there. New date, we are creating the object new date. Okay, Control S. Now I am saving under the RES. Under the RES folder only I am saving. This is the file name I am giving dat.jsp. All files save. HTTP localhost port number 1605. Then what is your folder? s dat.jsp 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 is not found, not willing to disclose. The origin server did not find the current representation. We can check it here under web apps. Means where it is saving. It is not saved under the RES. It is actually saved under the E directory. Now again I am saving the file. Dat file, save as, go to program files, Apache, Tomcat, WebINF, then save as files. Save. Save as. Go to web apps. Under the web apps, I'm creating a new folder, page. Inside the page, save. Then we can see under the page it is deployed. Then go to browser. Under the browser, HTTP localhost server main page, server status, application list. What is there? Page. It is true. Then page, HTTP localhost 1605 page, then dat.jsp. Origin server did not found the current representation of the tag resource, not willing to disclose. Means in the source code page directory import control S, go back, page, here only we are opening, page import java.util.8 space, then expression, percentile new date, okay, new date, HTML closing body. The syntax, if you properly if you are following the syntax, it will work. Semicolon. When you are importing the package, what happened? java.util.date बराबर import somewhere it is a small error will be there, we can rectify later. Then we can see one more example for the content type. Content type, page content type, we can see one more example. In that only date, page at the rate page content type. The content type may be text or HTML. Page content type. Person type B. Today's date. New Java dot util dot date. Java dot util dot date. We can see this one. Before I did the blunder mistake I given at the time of the saving the file, star will be there, star dot data. X.jfp. Under the page only it is saving. Now if you are running e.dat.jsp, I am saving under the page only, under the page folder only. You can see under the Catalina work, Catalina localhost page, means it is not converting, it is not translating. Source code is everything is correct. Page content type text or HTML. Page content type. Today's date, new Java dot util. Maybe the source code is correct. Somewhere maybe it is a little bit a small error will be there. Import and content type. So many attributes will be there. Just we are taking only for two example for content type and the import. Then we are going for include. Include means if you want to include any already previous files, if you want to include under the JSP include directory. Under the JSP include directory, use it to include the content of any resource. The resource may be the JSP or HTML or maybe the any resource file or maybe the text file. It will include the directory, include the original content to the include resource at the page. At the time of the translation, JSP is translated only the once, so it will be better to include the static resource, not dynamic resource. Static resources means HTML or JavaScript, it will come under the static resource. The major advantages under the JSP include means code reusability purpose. Means similar way in the page directory, how we are using opening the angular braces, percentile, at the rate, include we are using. Then we are having the attribute here, we are having the attribute as a file attribute will be there. The file attribute we can give the resource file name, any resource file name. Please note, include directory include the original content so that the actual page size grows at the runtime. Means at the time of we are including the files under the include directory, the actual growth of the size will be increased at the runtime. Now we are having the last directory we are having as a taglib directory. This taglib directory is used to define the tag library. If you want to define the any tags, if you want to define any tags under the JSP, at the time we should use a taglib directory. If you want to use a taglib directory, tag library descriptor file to define about the tag. If you want to define the tag, for example, if you want to define the tag about your ISL library, if you want to define, means we should give the prefix, under the prefix we should give the Prefix of the tag library means ISL library. If you want to define the element name, at the time you should use tag libraries. Okay, thank you. In the today's class, you learn about the implicit objects. What are the implicit objects means? We are having the 9 objects. Very important. Coming to the directories are very important. Under the major purpose of the directory for translating the JSP file into the servlet program purpose, we needed the directories. Under the directory, it is categorized as 3 types: page directory, include directory, tag lib directory. Page directory means under the page directories, so many attributes will be there. So many attributes will be there. For the attribute which if you are using the value, suppose if you want to import your Java source code inside your JSP, at the time we are using the page directory. Suppose if you want to include the previous source code or the static resources files or any resources files, at the time we can use the include directory. Include directory we are using at the rate include the file name, then the file name we are giving the resource file name. Coming to the tag lib directory, maybe if you want to define your own tag or own element under the JSP, at the time we can use tag lib library. Under the tag lib library, we should give the descriptor about your tags. It is possible under the tag lib. Thank you. In the next class, we can see how you want to connect to the JDBC connections to your servlet program and JSP program. How we are writing the database source code inside your servlets and the JSP.